Hello, students. I am your professor, Megan Morrow for Business 2860. I am sorry that I could not be here today. I was actually summoned for jury duty. So to do my civic duty, I have to go and see if they're going to select me. So we'll find out how else that process goes as the process goes, I guess, apparently. Um, so anyway, today you met with Jovan Reyes, and he is the Senior Associate Director of Career Services. He previously taught this course ahead of me, so I thought he would be a great person to ask to fill in. He did ask you to do the TKI, which stands for the Thomas Kilmann Instrument. It's a conflict resolution mode. It helps us understand how we deal with conflict in the workplace. And so after you do this assessment, I will be able to share your results with Business 1115. And then I will explain more of why we did what we did when I see you guys next week. So I wanted to give you a little bit of background to get us through the first week, since I won't be able to be there. I will go into more detail when I see you guys again. So I do apologize for not being able to be there, especially on your first day of your freshman class. This is one of the most important days, in my opinion. But again, I cannot fight a jury summons. So please understand that we are all in professional development. So if you do not have that on your calendar, or you do not have your schedule, or you're somewhere like, hey, this is not where I'm supposed to be in, make sure you talk with your academic advisor. But this is Business 2860, professional development. We are part of your learning community, and we are paired with Business 1115. You will have 1115 with either Dr. Falcon, Dr. Kraus, Dr. Harden, or Professor Neighbors. We are all part of this community and to help you guys with your first year, to kind of walk you through and be there for you as an extra layer of support as you kind of dive into your first year of college. So first of all, welcome. We're very excited that you're here, regardless of what your major is. If you are in the School of Business, you will be part of our School of Business family. Again, my name is Megan Morrow, and I am the Associate Director of Business Careers for Career Services. So I'm not faculty. My headquarters for my team is over in Rogers, which is that building right by like the snake pit, kind of where by the library, and where the pool is, the big fountain thing, whatever you call it. But that's where our headquarters are. And then, but I'm housed in Becker, right where you take all of your classes. My office is on the third floor in 323, right across from the Dean Suite. So if you come up the elevator or up the stairs, you would go down the hallway and you'll see me on the right. If you come up the back stairs, of course, I'd be on the left. So even though I'll have you as a student for this particular semester, I still remain your point of contact, all career things related throughout the rest of your journey at Florida Southern, which is really kind of cool, which is the whole reason why we decided to pair professional development with 1115, just to get in front of freshmen right away so that you understand all of the services that are available to you, and all the events that we put on, and just kind of help you hit the ground running. I'm currently working on some testimonials from students who have taken advantage of our events and all the things that we put on that helped them further their career. And I think it's really important that you understand how important it is to get involved. And this is over Zoom, so I can't really be like, oh, which is what I normally am. I'm very animated. I'm very excited. I love what I do. I love being here. I love interacting with my students. I mean, you included, even though I haven't met you yet. This is what I live for. I'm so passionate about it, and I'm so excited to actually get in front of you and talk to you next week. So anyway, we're going to go through the syllabus. I'm going to make this as short as I possibly can. I typically take the entire time to go over all of this, but since this is just a video, I don't want to bore you. And we'll touch on some things as we go by. So again, this is professional development. This is all about developing you professionally. What is the next step in your journey? You have been a student your whole life, and then as you start to get towards graduation, your junior year, your senior year, you're going to start thinking about, what am I going to do after graduation? The reason why I'm so passionate about doing this is that I, like you, went to college. I did the work. I was very excited. I was overwhelmed. I thought, this is too much. Oh my gosh, I can't get through all of this. And somehow I did. I did it with with ease and with flying color. I mean, not without blood, sweat, and tears, of course. But I graduated, and I graduated a long time before you guys were probably even born. I don't even want to talk about that. But the internet was a thing, but it wasn't. It was not as prevalent. We didn't have social media. I mean, there was no text messaging. I mean, you're like, ooh, dinosaur Stone Age. But maybe my university had services and they had, resources, but I didn't know about it. So I graduated college and I was waiting tables. And that is just silly. Like, I could wait tables without having to do all that work, without having to pay all that money, without having to be overwhelmed and all the sleepless nights and the stress and the craziness. And so I was like, this is unacceptable. This is absolutely unacceptable. So what we pride ourselves here at Florida Southern is that we don't let our students fall through the cracks. You're not just a number. We are a small private university where that is the allure to come here. You get to know your professors, you get to be involved, you get to know people, and your professors get to know you. And you're not just a number. And so when you go to graduate, you should have a job lined up. And I'm very proud to say that Florida Southern across campus, across all majors, we had 98.4, or so I'm sorry, 5, I think it was 5 this year, 98.5% positive outcomes, which meant that 98.5% of our graduates who graduated regardless of their major were either employed, went to professional school, or the military. Like, there was 1.5% of our entire population that said, I'm still seeking employment. That's pretty stinking awesome. So I want to continue that trend. And the School of Business, students that graduated out of the School of Business, we had 100% positive outcomes. For those that reported, we had 100% positive outcomes. So you're in really good hands, which makes me very excited. And I love to be part of this journey. So I'm glad that you're here. And this class should really help propel you to those next steps. And like I said a little bit earlier, even after this class is over, I still remain your career liaison, career coach, whatever. When you log on to Handshake, which you guys are not loaded yet, and I'm going to talk about that in the class that we have together next week, how to get you guys into Handshake. But you will be able to make appointments with me and also with Takara Graham. Takara Graham is our internship coordinator, and everybody in the School of Business is required to have an internship as part of their graduation requirement. So you will have to get an internship. Again, we will talk about that when I actually get a chance to see you. But myself, Megan Morrow, and Takara Graham, we're both in the School of Business. I'm on the 3rd floor and Takara is on the 2nd floor. She will come in and introduce herself to you guys when we actually are able to meet face to face. And so you know who she is, where she is, and the things that she does. But you are required to have an internship, and we'll go over that. You'll hear me say that almost every single class period. Like, remember, you have to have an internship. Yes. I know you're freshmen. I know that you're overwhelmed. I know that you're like, I have 4 years before I go to graduate. But you really don't, because this 4 years will go by in 5 seconds. I mean, it really goes by that fast. It's insane how fast it goes. So please don't put things off. You need to start thinking early. You need to start thinking deep and rich. And what do you want to do? And how are you going to start positioning yourself so that you are the forefront of all of your competition, of any of the other candidates who are vying for the same position that you are looking for? And that's what this class is really all about. I do have a slight bit of bad news. This class, unfortunately, does not have tests. We don't have papers or projects or anything like that. So sorry about your luck. So hopefully you guys are taking a big sigh of relief and saying, oh my gosh, thank goodness. Because I mean, at this time you're watching this, it's a Thursday, or maybe if you're, on top of it, you're watching it Wednesday night. But, all your other professors, all your other classes, they are content heavy. They are going to be giving you chapters to read in textbook. They're going to give you projects and papers, and you're going to have midterms, and then you're going to have finals, and it's just going to get crazy. This class doesn't have that. So hopefully you enjoy this class as much as I do, because it should really, truly be a zero stress environment for you. And it's just more of internet and interacting. It's about networking. It's about learning the things that you just can't learn in a textbook. No one can teach you about being adaptable or problem solving and be part of a team. You just have to kind of learn that. And how do you answer the top interview questions? Or what's the best way to write a resume that's going to beat all the AI or this ATS? If you don't know what ATS stands for, it means Applicant Tracking System. That's where we put our resumes into a database when we go to apply for a job online. We have to be able to beat that. How are we going to do that so that we can stand out amongst the 600 other applicants who are applying for the same job? That's what this class is all about. It's to teach you how to grow professionally, how to present yourself professionally, how to dress, how to introduce yourself, how to answer questions, how to write a resume, how to just be amongst other professionals. We're stepping out of a totally different role. And that's what I aim to help you get comfortable with and grow with in this class. You will continue to grow. I'm still growing. I'm still learning and growing, and this field is always changing. So we're always being adaptable. We're always rolling with it. But this class should hopefully give you some really good foundation to start moving forward and start kickstarting your career. Because yes, you are a freshman. Yes, you are 18, 19 years old. Maybe some of you are 17, who knows what your situation is. Maybe some of you are upperclassmen who needed to hop on this class real quick because you didn't get it before. It's what does it matter what it is? You need to start now. You need to start absolutely now in building your professional network and understanding how to present yourself professionally and how to follow up and how to secure your place in wherever the next steps are. So that's what the class is all about. Again, I'll go into a little bit more detail and we can chat a little bit more when I see you. I'm trying to keep this as brief as possible. All right. One thing I do want to start talking about are the some of the things I'm going to assign for you. So yes, I understand that I'm not there. However, these assignments are still applicable to you because I expect each and every one of you to watch this video to the end, even though I'm trying to keep it brief, you still have to watch the end. All right, so some of the assignments that I want to talk to you about right away are the career events. You will see that in this syllabus, this is all noted in the syllabus, and let me put a pin right there and talk about the grading policy real fast before I start talking about actual specific assignments. When I assign an assignment, it has an available since, it has a due date, and then it has an until date or a close date. So the day of class that I assign it, that will be when it's available. I usually give you a week, but for some assignments, I might give you extended time. So any assignments that I assign, it's your responsibility to check the assignment page and see when it's due. It is due. I give you to 11:59 that day. And then at 12 o'clock, that assignment now is late. You have an additional week to turn in that assignment for up to 50% credit of that assignment. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I am very firm on this policy. After that 1 week, the following week at 12 o'clock, that assignment now is closed. You cannot turn it in, and I do not accept submissions past that 12 a.m., when it's now closed. You have up until 11:59. Please do not wait until 11:59 to turn stuff in. Do not wait till 11:30 or 10 or, even 9. Just because you have until 11:59, the due date is 11:59 on Tuesday, whatever the date is, doesn't mean that's when you have to submit it. That means that's the last opportunity that you have to submit it. So if you wait and then you send me an email saying, hey, I have Wi-Fi issues or my computer crashed or I'm not feeling well, that's not acceptable. You have a week, if not more, sometimes 2 weeks to do an assignment. If you wait, you have to understand and accept the consequences of your choices. And that means that if you waited until the very last second to upload something and your computer crashed, that is not an acceptable excuse for a late assignment. If you communicate with me ahead of time, several days before, you're not feeling well, you're under the weather, something's happening, your computer's wonky, you've had an emergency with your family, you had to leave, somebody said, those are case by case basis. But if you communicate nothing with me, and then I get an email or you come to class the next day, say, oh, my computer, no, those are unacceptable. Again, professional development is helping you prepare for the professional world where that kind of stuff does not cut it. I have my mentor, for example, he is international with his business, and he has clients all around the globe. So sometimes he's up at 2 or 3 in the morning to meet them during their school, their working days, so not school days, sorry. I got school in the brain. Their work days. He somehow is able to figure that out, to set his alarms, to make sure his computer's working, make sure his internet is functional, that he can get up and work at 2 in the morning when necessary, or to work until the evening when necessary if it's a different company. That's what professional development is all about, is figuring out ways to handle your business, to meet your deadlines, and to show up professionally. So please understand that my grading policy is very firm, and it is it's very solid. So the due date is the due date where you get up to 100% of the points. You must follow the instructions. You must do the assignment correctly to get the full points. But then come that second week where that's now 50%, it does not matter. It is 50%. Come the close date, it does not matter. It is closed. I do not accept submissions. So that is, I want you to be very clear about. I'm very, very, very strict on that. So the career events, let's talk about that. You are required in this course to attend at least 2 career-related events. I will post in announcements our flyer of all of our career-related events for the fall term. Now, Career Services is putting on 44 career-related events this semester. There is 0 reason why you cannot make something work in your schedule. The only thing I don't accept as a career-related event is if there was a guest speaker in the class that you were already attending, or my employability skill series. So that is a podcast of sorts. It's actually a Zoom, but we just don't have a podcast room here on campus yet. Hopefully, I'm kind of working on that. But it is where I interview different professionals from a variety of industries, just to talk about the different employability skills, which you guys probably have heard as soft skills or transferable skills. Why, what they are and why they're important in the workplace, and basically how you can work to cultivate them. But Business 1115 requires you to attend 3 of those. So you cannot count those as a career-related event. But any career fairs, workshops, if you go on a tour, like I host campus to career tours where we actually go, I have 3 that I'll talk about in class. 3, I would do 1 a month, but then our other part of our career team actually does a couple other ones. If you met with a mentor and you kind of had like a mentoring session, if you have, if you go to some kind of expo, or, there are so many ways that you could spin a career-related event. And I'll talk a little bit more about this in class next time I see you, but be on the lookout for that. And please, please, please do not wait. Do not think that you have an entire semester to get this done, because you do not. You think that you do. You think that, hey, this is only my first week of class. I have to go all the way until December. Yeah, that's wonderful in theory, but December comes by so fast. You have winter break, you have midterms, you have Thanksgiving break, you have finals, you have papers, you have tests, you have so many things that pile up on you so fast that you won't even know where to begin. So do not wait. I'm going to post the flyer of all the career-related events that you can attend. But again, your career-related events do not have to necessarily be something sanctioned or even hosted by Florida Southern, let alone our career team. It could be anything that you put a career spin on. Say you volunteered at, this organization that is near and dear to your heart. You got to talk to the CEO and you're like, wow, this is really what I want to do. That could be a career-related event. If you did a one-on-one mentorship, that could be a career-related event. If you're ever unsure, just reach out to me and we'll talk it out. We'll work through it. So keep that in mind as your career-related events. Also, the fact that you need an internship. I already talked about that. You have to have an internship. It is part of your graduation requirement. I will actually assign an assignment that says that you acknowledge that, yes, you have to have an internship. Again, I will talk about that a little bit more in detail when we see each other. But I want to talk about the things that are going to be assigned to you for next class. So I have a list. Let me get it real quick. So for next class, the things that I really want you guys to focus on is, it's not in here. hang on a second. Okay, so I had to pull this up. So, okay, so the first assignment you'll see is discussion question 1. So all of the discussion questions, we're gonna have 5 throughout the term. You respond to the prompt and then you answer the prompt, respond to a peer, you get your points. Your LinkedIn handshake account. Currently, right now, as freshmen, if you're not a freshman, this does not apply to you, but if you're a freshman, they do not have you, IT has not loaded you yet into our Handshake. And Handshake is a platform that we use where you can make appointments, where you can see events and job postings, all that kind of stuff. So as soon as we get that up and going, you'll be able to get in there. So I did already assign it, but I gave it 2 weeks. And if for some reason you guys are still not loaded, I will obviously extend that deadline. So don't stress about that. But along with that is your LinkedIn profile. And your LinkedIn profile, you need to create. If you do not have one yet, you need to create one. We do have LinkedIn profile optimization workshops with Takara Graham. If you would like to check that out on the career services flyer that I will post that shows you when you can attend those. But on top of that, you do have to connect with me and with Michael Weber. So when you connect with me, you have to use my full name, Megan Watson-Morrow. And then with Michael Weber, if you do Michael Weber, and then it's only 1B, and then start typing in Florida Southern, he is the dean of the School of Business, and I require that you connect with both of us. Just take a screenshot of the pending request. So for this assignment, once you create your handshake, you'll take a screenshot of that. You'll create your LinkedIn, just take a screenshot of your homepage, and then take a screenshot of either the connection or the pending request to myself and to Dean Weber. I'm going to post a link for the STRONG assessment, which is a personality inventory that is career related, that needs to be done as soon as possible. I need you to have time to do the assessment and to get the results and load them for you so that we can do an activity on the 3rd time that we meet. A professional headshot. If you do not know what a professional headshot is, it is a professional setting. It is not a t-shirt. It is not you at the beach. It is not you with friends or your cats or, whatever it is that, that is kind of cooler. It's not a social media. It's a professional medium. And if you do not have a professional headshot that you already like, you can make an appointment. Because you're not in handshake, you can't do it. Just walk into career services. So career services is located on the bottom floor of Rogers. And that is in that student life building where all of your academic advising is going to be, where anything with housing, community living, all that stuff is like across from the snake pit. It's by the library and by that fountain thing. And you can just walk in and get a professional headshot that will walk you through that. Also, is college worth the investment? As a quick reflection that we need to have done before class on following Thursday, because we do have an activity to do along with that. So those should be your top things. Handshake, LinkedIn, discussion. I'm looking at my cheat sheet. Discussion 1, STRONG, headshot. Is college worth the investment? Okay, I'm running out of time because now I have to run to my 6 o'clock class so that I can go tell them all the things I just told you. Dr. Jovan Reyes is going to give you the TKI. I'll go over that as well when we get back. Again, I apologize for not being able to be there. However, duty calls. I hope that you are having a fabulous first week of classes. I'm really looking forward to meeting you. And please email me, Morrow, MMORROW @flsouthern.edu. If you have any questions or need anything between now and then. I also have drop-in hours on Friday, unless of course I'm being pulled to go, solve the next crazy case. If I should be here Friday, if not. All right, guys, have a great one. I look forward to meeting all of you. Bye.